If you want to see me depot the Cheers to the Beauty palette by Coloured Raine, looks like this, then stick around. Hi there, it's Hélène with another video, and this time we're going to be depotting the Coloured Raine Cheers to the Beauty palette. This is a palette that is being discontinued by Coloured Raine, and I don't feel the need to keep it in the package based on that. Let's show you the inside, get rid of the plastic protector. You will see that there are 12 eyeshadows and a highlighter here. So we are going to be freeing up these shadows and placing them into, not the highlighter, that one will go in a separate pan, but I'm going to be using the Anastasia Beverly Hill quads that are available on Sephora. If you go to the singles, the ABH singles, you can get these palettes for $1 each. And they are great. They are magnetized. And they do a great job of taking up the shadows. And I do love the fact that there's a clear cover. And I'm going to be including some of these Cheers to the Beauty different shadows in my Quad of the Month series. So I'm very excited to depot these and to put them to good use. If you have not seen the brand new focus on Coloured Raine, I will put it in the cards here. I really, really enjoyed this palette quite a bit. So let's get right to business. I am going to be using a few different tools today. I've got a couple of knives to help free up the shadows, a couple of markers for writing down the name of the shadows, a spatula to help pry the shadows out if necessary, and a pair of scissors, and that helps me cut on the periphery of the palette to free up the layers so that I can cut right under the pans. Alright, so we have a process when it comes to cardboard packaging. I'm going to free up the base so that this pan that holds, well, this block that holds the pans is freed up. That is the first step. I will also be freeing up the mirror. If you want to see that, I'll have it at the very, very end of the video. This is a very sturdy palette, so I have a feeling that it is going to go pretty well. So what I'm worried about is the pans warping in any way, shape, or form. So first off, we're going to separate the top from the bottom. Here goes nothing. And I'm going to fast forward this for you because it's going to be extremely boring otherwise. So let's go. This packaging is wild. It is so well stuck to the back. That's amazing. Sorry, I didn't mean to blind you with the mirror, but it is a pretty awesome palette. The backing is tremendous. That's awesome. So I'm going to keep the outer packaging for later. If you want to stick around to see the mirror and the magnets, we'll do that later. And what I'm more concerned about now is freeing up the shadows. So I'm going to turn the palette upside down and work on the periphery of the backing. It is very thick paper, but it worked out pretty well. You'll see that there are two sections. It's 2 layers of cardboard. We're going to be putting the knife in between the 2 layers to unstick the pans from the backing. So we can start that right now. Okay, let's get going. the biggest pan ended up being the easiest one, go figure. So I'm going to clean the back of each one of the pans and then write the names of all the shadows because I have them all in order here. So let's get rid of some of this stuff and clean off the pans. Okay, now that I have all the glue off, I'm going to write down the names of all the shadows and place them in the Anastasia quads. Okay, here we go, putting them in the quads. I'll find another home for him, not a big deal. But I am pretty happy with the way these 3 quads look. All of them are in really good condition. I think you will agree. So let's close these off and do what is so satisfying, which is to pull these off. And one last one. So that is it for the depotting of the Cheers to the Beauty palettes by Coloured Raine. I think this went really well. If you want to stick around to see me get the mirror cleared up and also removing the magnets, then stick around. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it every single time. I hope you found this video useful, and please let me know what you thought down below. And yeah, see you next time. Take care. Okay, let's take a look at this palette right here. There should be a couple of magnets. There's one that just came right off. I collect these magnets just in case I'll end up using them for something. And the other one actually came off a little bit earlier when I was taking this apart. And now we have the top part where I don't know if you can see, but there are little corners here that shows that there's a magnet, so we're going to free that up. I don't know if I'm going to end up using them, but why not keep them if I think so, because they are so small. They're really not a bother to keep around. So this is what the little magnet looks like. It's tiny, tiny. A lot smaller than what I've seen in other palettes that are much smaller. Even of this one, this is what the magnet looks like. Sticking it with all the other ones. Very easy to access them. I'll clean it off later, but that's another one. And let me just show you the bunch of magnets that I have from my depotting efforts over the last couple days. And now for the mirror. So we're going to do the same thing as we did for the other side of the palette, is free up this part and then try to free up the mirror. Now that I know that mirrors are not recyclable, or they're very hard to recycle, I do want to find a use for the mirrors in the palettes that I depot. And I was very inspired by Georgia Harris's mirror project, and I'll put it in the cards if you haven't seen it. This is really stuck. Now I have to be careful because The last mirror I tried to free up, I ended up cracking, and I was really disappointed. Okay, this one is going a whole lot better this time. Whew. I have not broken it at all. Very happy with that. So I'm going to see if I can free it up underneath, again, without cracking it. And there we go, success. I'll clean it off properly, but yeah, I did manage to get this one apart without breaking the mirror, which is kind of nice. So I'm 2 for 3 today as far as having been able to spare the mirrors while depotting. So I'm pretty happy about that. And yeah, that's all I had for you. Thanks for sticking around, and see you next time.